First, I'd like to highlight our nominees for Airman of the Year. There's no better way than showcasing how they each individually uphold the values of the Airman's Creed. Senior Airman Sophie Miller studies architecture at NDSU and works as a resident assistant there when she's not a crew chief for the 119th. You also may have seen her competing on the marksmanship team, serving on flood duty, or volunteering with organizations to help the hungry and homeless. All the women in her immediate family have served in the National Guard, showing the pride they have in service to our nation.
In the Airman's Creed, I am faithful to the proud heritage stands out to me because I am proud to be part of the Happy Hooligans and the Air Force.
Senior Airman Zachary Bierke works full-time in transportation for the Happy Hooligans. He's active in the North Dakota Patriot Guard, Junior Enlisted Advisory Council, 119th Wing Diversity Council, and Enlisted Association. He recently returned from a 6-month mission in Afghanistan, but he's not the first one from his family to have deployed.
In the Airman's Creed, a tradition of honor and a legacy of valor. In my family, we've got a long tradition of service to the military. My aunt served more than 20 years of honorable service in the North Dakota Army National Guard and did a tour in Iraq as a medic. My uncle served in Afghanistan and Bosnia, and I have many other family members, distant cousins, grandparents who have served in World War II and in today's wars.
Senior Airman Lalisa Reese earned an associate's degree from Lake Region State College and is now pursuing a bachelor's degree in biology from the University of Mary. She excelled at security forces training and gained a considerable amount of training and experience during the 3 years she served with the 219th Security Forces at the Minot Air Force Base. That training and experience now fuels her full-time job, working security at Frayne Barracks.
Being involved with security forces, I feel that I am a guardian of our freedom and justice, and with nuclear deterrence, with my mission with the 219th Security Forces Squadron, I feel that it's very important for, our mission is very important, and we are direct guardians of our nation's freedom because nuclear deterrence is what preserves peace and deters aggression.
Senior Airman Alex Kuby joined the Happy Hooligans in 2009 and now works as a full-time member of the team. He epitomizes what it means to be a citizen airman, commenting that his most memorable Guard moment was the first time he operated a remote camera thousands of miles away before walking out of work and down the street to class at NDSU.
Valor to me means having the right state of mind to do the job that you've been assigned to do. I think it's really thinking things through before you do them and being able to live with the consequences of your actions. There's a lot of times that you might only have one shot or one chance to get something done and do it right, and valor is what allows you to do it right and live with the consequences.
Senior Airman Rachel Sievertson joined the Hooligans 3 years ago this month and has contributed to the financial operations as both a traditional and full-time airman. Her experience goes beyond her military training, though. She's pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting and in between working, raising a family, and volunteering in her community.
I will not falter, I will not fail. That means to me true as being an airman overseas or an airman here at home. I will do my best in my job and in my ability to become the best airman I can be.
Let's give our airman nominees a round of applause. Our Outstanding NCO of the Year nominees are equally impressive. Staff Sergeant Donald Clark joined the Guard more than a decade ago and spent the majority of that time in the utility shop before accepting a temporary technician job in aircraft structural maintenance. His familiarity with Air Guard extends well beyond his job experience, though.
I would have to say a tradition of honor, because just from my whole family being out here, from my dad, who is retired as a Senior Master Sergeant, Bob Clark, my brother, who is in Security Forces, Tech Sergeant Josh Clark, my oldest sister, Sam Colness, who is a Tech Sergeant in Finance, and her husband, Jason Colness, who is a Master Sergeant, Crew Chief in Maintenance, and my other sister, Carrie Appletoft, who is a Master Sergeant in Ops, along with her husband, Jamie Appletoft, who is a Tech Sergeant over in Predator, and he's been here for a number of years as well.
All right, we'll test you on all that later. Sorry, that'll be the only ad lib. Staff Sergeant Brittany Schultz is pursuing a second bachelor's degree at NDSU while working as the Unit Education and Training Manager in Operations. She continues to rise to the top in the Guard. She was a nominee for Airman of the Year in 2010 and credits the mentorship she received in the Guard with helping her to grow and develop as a leader.
To me, being a leader means maintaining a positive attitude, being a good mentor, and setting a good example. Recently, as the president of the Junior Enlisted Advisory Council, I had the opportunity to lead fellow airmen along with being mentored by them at the same time.
Tech Sergeant Cody Chick joined the Hooligans in 2009 after doing an active duty tour at the Minot Air Force Base. He continues to serve at the base with the 219th Security Forces Squadron as a training instructor and joined his fellow Security Force comrades in the 2010 Global Strike Challenge.
I like the lines, my nation's sword and shield, and its century and avenger, just because it's security forces, and I think it really drives home the fact that as security forces, we're on the ground pushing the fight towards the enemy and defending the front lines as well.
Staff Sergeant Heather Matson serves her fellow guardsmen in two different roles. In uniform, she's the unit training manager. During the week, she serves the Guard as a civilian, the Joint Force Headquarters Sexual Assault Response Coordinator. Beyond caring for her fellow guardsmen and raising a family, she serves as the president of the 119th Wing Junior Enlisted Advisory Council and secretary of the 119th Wing Diversity Council.
I mean, I like the phrase, I will never leave an airman behind, because I think it encompasses the vision of the North Dakota National Guard, creating a dynamic, relevant force where we have trained, mentored, and empowered leaders. And so if you are doing those things, if you are training, mentoring, motivating, and empowering others, you're not going to leave people behind. You're going to give them the tools to move forward on their own.
Tech Sergeant, oh boy, getting over a cold, so hang with me here. Tech Sergeant Lisa Rich served 4 years with active duty with the Army before becoming a hooligan more than 7 years ago. She is a certified massage therapist, is in pursuing a bachelor's degree in exercise management, using her interest in education and health to provide medical assistance and training to the 219th Security Forces Squadron.
I will never leave an airman behind. And I think looking at that from the medical aspect is, as a medic, I will do whatever it takes, whatever I can, to make sure that no one is ever left behind.
Let's give our great NCOs a round of applause. All right, Bob, you ready if I go down? All right, thanks. Without our senior NCOs to share their leadership and expertise, our forces will not continue to grow and develop into a landmark organization that remains. Among our outstanding senior NCOs of the year nominees are Chief Master Sergeant Doug Faldette. Most memorable moment of his lengthy military career is working alongside fellow Happy Hooligans to find Captain Nathan Lagrid alive after he disappeared on his motorcycle in 2003. He has been serving his country, both as an active duty and as a guardsman, for more than 30 years. He brings that wealth of experience to his role as the Component Maintenance Flight Chief while he pursues a community college of the Air Force degree.
I'm an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. What it is we do every day is what's important. Whether you're in a support function, whether you're a pilot flying the airplane, whatever it is, your role in the organization, everything we should be doing should be focused on mission accomplishment.
Master Sergeant Shannon Housey has served in the Guard in both Minnesota and North Dakota. She received a coin for excellence for providing staff assistant visit reports that were the best seen to date during a unit climate or compliance inspection, showing her dedication to perfection and attention to detail during her mission.
I've moved more into a leadership role now with the unit training manager, having more rank and having people underneath me that are looking to me for guidance, and not faltering and not failing means that I will never quit. I won't stop. The job's never done, the mission's never complete, and we'll keep going until it is.
Senior Master Sergeant Belinda Reap has been learning and growing throughout her years in the Air Force and Air National Guard. She served on missions in Anchorage, Alaska, Kauai, Hawaii, and in Ghana, helping to provide medical assistance for citizens there. She's also actively pursuing higher education to further advance her knowledge and leadership capabilities.
I will not leave an airman behind. This inspires me to think of our junior enlisted airmen. As a senior NCO, it's important that we look at developing, mentoring, being a wingman to our fellow airmen. This is what I hold true to my heart and what I try to live and be inspired by.
Master Sergeant William Kennedy has deployed numerous times during his time in the active Army, Air Force, and since 2005, the Air National Guard. He considers his most recent deployment his most memorable, spending 6 months in 2012 providing explosive ordnance disposal assistance in Afghanistan, a mission that we know saved lives.
Being a warrior is about survival. Survival of the battlefield, survival of our country, our culture, our freedoms, and everything that we hold strong to our heart.
Master Sergeant Lee Johnston has been a hooligan almost 6 years after having served a decade on the green side of the North Dakota Guard. During that time, he worked in the Combat Engineer Unit and in security forces, showing his dedication and support to service.
I have answered my nation's call. I volunteered when I was 17 years old, served 10.5 years in the Army Guard, and now I'm continuing my service in the Air National Guard.
It is clear that all these airmen are the epitome of what was envisioned when the Airman's Creed was written.
I am an American Airman.
Being a warrior is about survival.
I have answered my nation's call.
I'm an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win.
I enjoy taking pride in my work
because I am proud to be part of the Happy Hooligans.
Long tradition, I guess, in just my immediate family to be in the Air Guard here in Fargo.
Valor to me means having the right state of mind to do the job that you've been assigned to do.
I'm an American Airman.
I'm an American Airman.
Our mission is very important, and we are direct guardians of our nation's freedom.
I think the biggest one was the My Nation's Sword and Shield and its Centurion Avenger.
Because nuclear deterrence is what preserves peace and deters aggression.
I'm an American Airman.
Wingman, leader, warrior.
I will never leave an airman behind.
Because if you are training, mentoring, motivating, and empowering others, you're not going to leave people behind. You're going to give them the tools to move forward on their own.
I will not falter, I will not fail.
I will never quit. I won't stop. The job's never done, the mission's never complete.
This is what I hold true to my heart and what I try to live and be inspired by.
Try to claim that they are the best of the best. Here in North Dakota, we can prove it.
Over the years, there have been a number of firsts for this organization. But even more importantly, those firsts have been followed by additional significant accomplishments. This unit has never rested on its laurels. Whatever the goals that were set and then reached, the men and women of this organization set loftier ones. And time again, those goals were achieved. The Hughes Trophy, the first time ever won by a Guard unit. That same year, the Dedalian Maintenance Trophy, the first ever for a Guard unit. And the first time those two major awards have ever been held by the same unit during the same year.
Like Thomas Harrell, commander of the 24th NORAD region. The Fargo National Guard is one of the finest units in ADC, if not the finest. In all instances, when I've called on Colonel McDonald, he has responded with only asking how many, which way, and how far.
Weapon loads competition, Air Defense Command A awards, Air Force Outstanding Unit Awards, Outstanding Inspections, Outstanding Medical Unit, Outstanding Security Police Flight, Outstanding Civil Engineering Squadron, and still there are more. The Second Hughes Award, 1st Air National Guard to win it twice.
Please raise your glasses and toast the best fighter unit on planet Earth. And when I hear things such as the best fighter unit on planet Earth, there's a lot of people that will say that, thinking that you have a trophy to cruise.
Happy Hooligans were one of the first, if not the first, Air National Guard unit to win the old Hughes Trophy. In fact, I think they're the only unit that's won it more than once. And so you have that tradition, and then it just continues to flow into their excellence in the C-21 JOSAC mission.
At the awards ceremony, the Happy Hooligans were recognized for their dedication and professionalism, as well as setting the mark for all C-21 units in the Department of Defense. The squadron also made Air Force history by creating a military maintenance program for the C-21 aircraft at the 119th Wing.
The first deployed alert to Seymour Johnson. The first to go on nuclear alert. The first to reach 100% strength. The first deployment overseas for an active NATO mission. The first and only all-female weapons load team. The first Air National Guard female pilot. The list goes on and on.
Being the first Air National Guard unit to be integrated into missile security at an active-duty Air Force base, the 219th Security Forces Squadron has continued to exceed expectations.
The 219th Security Forces Squadron of the North Dakota Air Guard was named the 2010 Air National Guard Security Forces Squadron of the Year.
First Air Guard unit in the nation to fly the Predator mission.
That the Predator, run from here in North Dakota, has saved American lives. So you should be proud of those men and women who are engaging in that very difficult and challenging task.
How about William Tell, the first one? Bill Phelan wore his 70-hour F-101 patch, while the Air Force and the Canadians had their 1,000-hour patches on. And lo and behold, we won. Then turned around and won the following William Tell, another first.
I think our excellent maintenance was probably a big surprise to most everybody, because we took pretty good care of our airplanes. That's basically why we won William Tell, is because our airplanes hung together so well.
As you know, this competition was structured and conducted to highlight the capabilities of the best teams. The Bong Trophy winner in the F4 category with 27,434 points is the 119th Fighter Interceptor Group, Fargo, North Dakota.
Rolling, 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 though the streams are swollen, keep them doggies rolling, roar.
A little kiss, huh? Come on, baby.
Yes, your Happy Hooligans have done it again. They've won the Willie Tell by overcoming formidable opponents.
That missile is already on the rails. You can see this is a very experienced crew, and they're well prepared for this William Tell competition.
And some people ask, what does an achievement like this mean? You know, it means a lot to the National Guard in North Dakota. Our National Guard in total was the only state in the Union last year that was approved for higher numbers, for more recruits, and more money. They win contest after contest, competition after competition.
The wing continued extending its extraordinary flying safety record to over 38 years, with 206,667 flying hours and 108,811 sorties without a single mishap, adding some 19,322 MQ-1 and 3,218 C-21 mishap-free flying hours.
It's an honor to be here today to recognize the 119th Wing for its 14th Air Force Outstanding Unit Award. But this award takes into account much more than your impressive flying record. Recognizes all members of the 119th Wing who support the mission. All of you play a vital role in your exemplary record of service. It's an honor to celebrate these accomplishments with you today.
The torch has been passed on from year to year, decade to decade. Hold that tradition high and hold it proudly. I salute you.
When it comes to performance, nobody outperforms the 119th, the Happy Hooligans, the North Dakota Air National Guard. They are first class, all the way doing a fabulous job for this country.
Battle Commander, this is the MCC with a possible hijack. American 77, west of Washington, Scramble Lane.
On the morning of September 11th, we were not sure how many planes had been hijacked. The President therefore decided to order that the Air National Guard fly combat air patrols over Washington, D.C. and New York.
Monitoring Andrews tower frequencies. Andrews and Class Bravo airspace is closed. No general aviation aircraft are permitted to enter Class Bravo airspace. Any infractions will be shut down.
Today I want to express our nation's gratitude to the Air Guard's 119th Fighter Wing, whose F-16s defended the skies over Washington that morning. In a time of great peril and uncertainty, you were America's first line of defense, and we'll never forget it.